world, it's your girl Mel again here, and by now most of you are familiar with my initial video. He was my dad. He was my first. Rape Culture Hurts, where I detailed my first experiences with sexual violation at the hands of my biological father. From that video, one of the biggest debates that I am usually engrossed in every time I go to respond to the comments under the video is that there is no rape culture. I'm arguing with those whether or not rape culture actually exists. And I'm not going to go into detail about that because I actually just did a video where I actually had my own definition, and I expound upon that definition and what it means to live in this current rape culture. So I'm not going to get into that, but what I do want to say is that rape is a lot more prevalent and a lot more rampant, and it is happening a lot more than people like to talk about. One of the things that I have realized just coming into the profession in academia, and just out in my personal experiences, there are a lot of people, professional people, even counselors and therapists who are not well versed in sexual violation or the etiquette and how to handle rape victims and survivors. So that is why I do like to tell all the people that I work with, when you are embarking on your journey for recovery and you are searching for a therapist or a counselor, that it is wise to search for someone who specializes in that particular area, a rape counselor, or yes, someone who specializes in rape counseling and rape therapy. So I am proud of the fact that the video has sparked a lot of dialogue, especially in that particular area, because it is needed, because we do need to make people aware just how rampant and how prevalent rape is, because we must keep in mind, all of us rape victims, survivors, all of us, in order to help protect one another, that as long as we are silent, the only person that we are protecting, or the only people that we are protecting, are the predators and the abusers, which makes it that much easier for them to go out and hurt someone else or take or steal someone else's lives. And that we definitely don't want. So, however, one of the things that I am so proud of is the survivors group that I started on Facebook called Striving to Survive to Thrive, with currently over 230 some members in there now, if I'm not mistaken. And what I'm most proud about is that, for one, it is growing expediently daily. And what happens is we have all of these people who have come into the group, men, women, and underage children, who are opening up and not just telling their stories, but they are telling their stories in detail, and they're pointing fingers. And what I think is important about telling your stories in detail is, number one, is that you take back your power, because you tell your story and you get to tell your story your way, and you get to validate your own experiences, your thoughts, your feelings, and your emotions. And you get to take back your life. You get to take control of your life, and you don't let anyone else tell your story. But what is also important is that when you point the finger and you say, this person did this to me, and this person and that person did this to me, then you are essentially taking the guilt from yourself and placing the guilt where it belongs, back on the predator slash abuser. And that is what I so appreciate about this group, because we have so many men, women, and underage children who are being brave enough to come amongst strangers, which we all feel like family now, and they are sharing their stories. And I think that's very important. Okay, so this brings me to the point of the video this morning. I want to talk about my very first initiative for the group, called the Self-Love Restoration Retreat. And the reason why I want to do this retreat is because all of us know, all of us who have experienced sexual violation know that from the very first onset, from the very first experience, that one of the things that we completely lose, that just completely goes out the window, is our self-love, love of self, self-confidence, self-worth, self-esteem. And when you have lost love of self, you will live worthlessly. You will allow anybody to do anything to you. You will do things to yourself, which is one of the reasons why many of us live very wayward lives, very promiscuous lives, lives of self-harm, lives of addiction, substance abuse, alcohol, gambling, eating addictions, or eating disorders. So many different things, so many different ways that our lives turn, because we don't love ourselves enough. to know better, to want better. We're in unhealthy relationships or can't maintain a relationship because first and foremost, you cannot give love to someone else when you don't have love of self. You can't love someone else if you don't love yourself. So that's what I want to do. The idea of the retreat is to choose 8 to 10 people from the group um, who will participate in a 4 group session over a period of 4 days and 3 nights where we will get back to the basics of self love. And also with that, you will learn and will obtain some pre recovery skills, some things to light a fire up under you to get you ready and prepared for your recovery for those who have not yet gotten started. So that's what okay, so the idea is that we raise enough money so that those who are or will be participating will only need to show up. I wanted to make sure that for at least the first 2 retreats that we fund everything. And I actually want to also be able to try to sponsor at least 2 people for transportation because I'm not sure where you guys might be coming from. Someone might need a bus ticket, train ticket, and maybe even a flight. So I would love to be able to help at least two of you guys out with that. So that is my so idea. Please, you guys, if you think it's a good idea, donating is always good. I would love to go ahead and get this money up so that we can at least try to go ahead and have at least that first retreat because I'm really excited about that. I really feel like it would be beneficial to anyone who participates. So I would love to do that. But if you're not able to donate, please, pass it on and share it as often as you're able to so that we can get the word out. And even if we're not able to get the money up quick enough for April, that maybe we can go ahead and get something up for at least by midsummer time. Okay, so I really appreciate you guys because listen, guys, the fact of the matter is many of you know someone or you are that person who is continuing to suffer in silence, or you're struggling every day with the residual effects of the sexual violation that you experienced either as a child or as an adult. Be the help. Be the help that's needed and help break the silence. As long as we continue to remain quiet, as I will always say, the only person that we're protecting is the predator, the abuser, and making it easier for him or her to go out and harm someone else. So please help me to heal and save lives because I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that that's what God is using me to do, that he is using me as a mighty vessel to help so many others because I've already done that and I am so blessed and I'm so humbly thankful that every day he uses me to physically and inadvertently help thousands and thousands of people every day. So I just want to, again, thank you guys so much. Thank you for your time. And I am going to put the link below so that you can go and find it. If you have any questions, please feel free to hit me up. You can reach me at melwilson0714@gmail.com, or you can reach me on Facebook or Twitter, Instagram. All of them are on my YouTube channel. Okay, so feel free to reach out or leave me messages in the comment section. Okay, thank you guys so much again for your time. I appreciate all of you, and I so much appreciate all of you who support me and who always give me these encouraging comments, because even with some of these nasty and disrespectful and ignorant comments, I always say that I have 20 times more of words of encouragement than I will ever have words of discouragement. So thank you guys so much. So that is the end of my little thing today, and I thank you guys so much, and namaste. Make it a great one, guys. Later.